Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. To throw quickly, here's Mariota. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
How about the defense there try to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing a tone for this one.
So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Mariota. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. To throw, Mariota. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take it down, but not before they reach the 50. Big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Mariota now from the 50. Throwing left side here, and it's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Mariota's throw into the hands of Pitts here.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical to be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards there on the keeper and 2nd down.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give your
touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive 80 yards, 9 plays, and the end result an Atlanta touchdown.
Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
And hoping to get rid of that interception bug. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston got his man complete over the middle. That's Barton.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Saints at 11-2 now. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you talk about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
And this one is incomplete. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston looking here for Smith downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they?
The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. And that is incomplete. Well, these 2 teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So a win here in Atlanta would give them the season sweep. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 only. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Off the play fake, Winston. Got an open man, it's Olave. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave, 27 yards. And the Saints are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive, he burned it, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Falcons offense and Marcus Mariota back onto the field. He was 4-4 on that opening drive, including the touchdown pass, as he'll try again here to duplicate that success, starting with a first down. This will be caught by Brown. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Here's Mariota, option left, and he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Deontay Hardy deep for New Orleans. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later, hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and mind before you play your next game.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On play action, Winston. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. They go play action. Winston steps away. And he wisely will throw that one away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
They didn't get a whole lot out of that, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try to keep the defense honest.
You also just sit back, do your throwing it over there.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. He finds his man complete. It's Barton. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Winston now to throw on first down. Olave over the middle.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So a player's shaken up. We'll get a stoppage here. And that's Alvin Kamara, the one who's going to receive some attention. Hopefully he's okay.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Great preparation, early practice. Everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he will push his way forward to about the 3-yard line. Again, the yards they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Jameis to throw it. Touchdown! Chris Olave as the first half is winding down. And the Saints have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball, just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
On 1st and 10, Winston. That pass is caught by Hardy, and he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down only. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got room. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down. His throw incomplete.
He came through one of the nice pass break up there. Fortunately, he was on the spot. He's only got left to prevent the first down.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Play action now. Winston. Touchdown, Saints. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Mariota. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 15 yards, first down Atlanta. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Brings up second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On second, here's Algier. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Ready.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. Again, it's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. On third down, Winston. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
That's pulled in at the 32. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. To throw is Mariota. This one into the hands of Pitts. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Second and 8 coming up. Now Mariota. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jabari Zuniga in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The sack backs him up, so now Mariota in Atlanta dealing with a third and long. Now back to throw. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Throwing, Mariota. Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. He's going to keep this again. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, Mariota. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts from 4 yards out. And the Falcons have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Koo up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Michael Walker there to bring him down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. 2nd down and 5. They run it again with Williams. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. On 3rd down, here's Williams. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So here is Mariota and the Falcons. Down 21-14. 1:46 to go. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. And that's complete to Brown. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Mariota. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
Well, they had the yardage they needed there. Picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field.
To throw, Mariota. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. Here's Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we've got a tie game here in the 4th. kicks away. This will be fielded inside the 5. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And a short gain down to about the 33. There'll be a pickup of a couple and leaves him with the 3rd and 3. Get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So it all is now on the right leg of Will Lutz. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. They'll spot it at the 40. It's a 50-yard kick for the win. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So possession in overtime first goes to the Atlanta Falcons, and we are back underway. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Algier again on 2nd down. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
Here's Jamie Gillen now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
What can Winston do in the OT now? Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Barton. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Now Jameis trying to hurry his crew to the line. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. The Saints in the hurry up here. Clock continuing to roll. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And Bourbon Street, it'll be alive tonight. The Saints have won it. A couple more minutes.